right, so we're here with Ariel Bellvalaire. I specifically made sure I didn't butcher your name because I was like, this looks hard.
Thank you. Yes. I was pretty impressed with that, actually.
I watched a video that you did for your college where you said your own name. I was like, that has to be right. I'm going to write down how to say this.
At the worst butcher I've ever gotten, literally at a show, they introduced me as Oreo Blueberry. I kid you not.
Oh, they Adele Dazeemed you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
They straight up Adele Dazeemed you.
That's bad.
Yep. Yeah.
I have been there of people just not even putting in an attempt. So I'm right there with you.
That's really, really bad, though.
That was a particularly good one. I don't even think I could play the song right. I was laughing so hard.
They keep you on your toes.
Oh, yes. Every time.
And so you are an aerial guitarist, which is super impressive and super amazing. What made you want to learn to play guitar, and when did you start?
I actually wanted to be a singer first, specifically Avril Lavigne. I think I just wanted to be Avril Lavigne, singer or not. It was just Avril. I was like 10 when I became obsessed with her. So my mom was like, just get this child in vocal lessons. She's always singing. So I joined my first band as a singer when I was 10 years old, and it was like a kid band. And I played my first bar that summer at 10.
That's amazing.
Right? They had to put like
young
on my hands so they wouldn't sell alcohol to me, even though I looked like I was like 5.
What bar is booking 10-year-old bands though?
This is Connecticut. No, it's cool.
More.
They had like a special agreement. They're just like, the kids can play here, they just can't drink. Don't serve alcohol to the tiny children.
That's a fair agreement.
Yeah. So I loved being on stage from that very moment. It was sealed deal, done, over. And then I saw Avril Lavigne like holding a guitar. So I was like, okay, Dad, you can finally get me to learn guitar. He was trying forever. So I started playing. I knew like all the pop songs, and the guitarist in the kid band, we lost the guitarist probably to soccer or something. And I was like, all right, I mean, I know the chords. I'll play guitar. I got this. So, I was singing and playing by 12. And then, I heard Ozzy Osbourne for the first time on MySpace. Yep, MySpace was a thing. And I heard Crazy Train, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, power chords are cool, but I want to do that. So it took me like a year to learn that solo, but I brought other rock songs to the band and just started learning the solos. I didn't think much of it. And then I played my first show where I did a guitar solo, and people started freaking out saying, oh my God, this little girl plays guitar. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm getting attention. This is awesome. This is fun. So they would just freak out seeing the guitar solos. And I grew up a gymnast before that. So naturally, I just did a split on the stage, and the whole audience just like lost their mind. So I was like, okay, gymnastics is awesome. I'm loving it. And years later, when I moved to LA, I took like a circus workout class, and they had aerial equipment. So I tried it, and it was just like gymnastics. I loved it. I was hanging upside down. I was like, how can I add my guitar into this? So I had a strap that actually like went around my waist so the guitar didn't hit me in the head. And I was able to actually hang upside down and play guitar. And I got scouted by ABC's The Gong Show. And they're like, can you put together an aerial guitar act? This is the coolest thing. So I did. I called it Shrednastics.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you. It kind of just like took off from there. Like, it did well on the show, but like on my social media, people were just like, oh my God, this is cool. So I'm just like, yes, it is. I'm gonna keep doing this. Worth the bruises.
Yeah, is it like painful to play like that for long periods of time?
Yes. Basically, you're balancing on a giant metal hoop. In like split poses. You don't really notice it until after, and you're just like, why am I so sore? Oh yeah, I played guitar today. So it's a lot of fun, but it's definitely a challenge. Like, people are like, why do you need to stretch before guitar? I'm just like, you don't even know. Yeah, it's a whole thing, but I'm all about over the top shows, so it's a lot of fun.
I think you just literally, every guitarist listening to this, they're just like, shit, I gotta up my game. Like, here I am just standing playing guitar. How dare I?
You can't just stand there.
Right?
No, you can't.
Yeah, my theory is like there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like whatever floats your boat. I'm just a crazy little showman, so it kind of just came naturally.
I love it. A lot of shows are missing that like extravagant, over the top element nowadays. So I appreciate it.
Totally. You gotta make it for social media, right?
Exactly. The 80s got all the fun.
I did.
How many guitars do you own, and which one's your favorite?
Ooh, I want to say I own like 9 right now. You can never have too many guitars, but I have a number 1. She is a gold Stratocaster with double humbuckers.
She is beautiful.
That's nice.
That's my wife. we have a bunch of girlfriends, but that's the wife. She's amazing. I've literally played like every genre with her too, because she's got the double pickups or the double humbuckers. Oh my god! And I love her so much. I had to get basically a replica of her in a cream. So that's my second favorite. I have pretty much all Fenders too, so I'm clearly a Fender lover.
Same.
Yes.
You can see by my sax wire in the background.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
It's
so
pink.
Cute. Yeah. Fenders are most fun to play, especially for small hands, at least for me.
Yeah. My pandemic hobby was teaching myself guitar, and I stole my brother's Gibson Les Paul, and it's huge. And I was like, how do you play on this thing?
Oh my god. So, I had the worst experience with Les Paul too. Like, they're gorgeous guitars. I love them, but I got like an amazing purple flame top. It was like one of like 50 or in the world or something like that. And we got it set up like, I don't even know how many times, a lot. And the G string, every time I would play a chord, the G string would drop literally a half step out of tune every time. So like, it was so bad on stage. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, you can't be playing live shows with that happening.
No, I probably got a defective one, but that just did not help.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that you were on Broadway in a Prince tribute show? Because that sounds like the experience of a lifetime.
Oh my god, it was. Yeah, that was cool. I got to play Wendy, which was even cooler, like literally from the Purple Rain movie.
That's cool.
Oh my god. The coolest thing was though, I was like a straight up just rock guitarist before that gig. I had no idea what I was doing in the funk world. And they're like, can you play Prince? And I'm like, sure. I had no idea. I knew like Let's Go Crazy. I could play that in my sleep, no problem. Like everything else, I was like, oh my god, what is this? So I had a month to learn a Prince set. I think I was practicing like 12 hours a day. I don't think I slept. And I was so nervous when we got to sound check for the first time because we didn't have rehearsals. It was all the Broadway stars coming together on their night off to put on a Prince show. So like the lead actor in Wicked was playing Prince.
Oh my
God. We had the lead actress in Hedwig playing Apollonia. It was like an all-star cast, and like here's little me on guitar. I'm just like, oh my god. So the first rehearsal, they were just like, oh my god, you were amazing. I'm just like, oh gosh, thank you. So it was amazing. They pretty much just let me do whatever I wanted. The background band was incredible. They had like the whole, basically a Broadway pit band, pretty much doing the whole show, and then I got to play lead guitar on top of it along with the rhythm parts, and it was probably one of my favorite shows. Like the talent on stage from Broadway is just mind blowing.
That sounds incredible. Is there a bootleg we can watch of this?
I know I have a video of Computer Blue somewhere. I can send that
on the internet so we can all watch it.
We will. It was so good. I hope they do it again. It was so cool. We did 2 of them.
Hopefully they do it when we can go back to theaters and do these things again.
And I feel like Prince is one of the most perfect like artists to like, one, do a tribute of, but then 2, put it on Broadway.
Yeah.
Man, having a Wicked star sing Prince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my god.
I can only imagine. I'm sure that was the most lit show ever.
Yeah, the crazy thing is like you hear somebody sing his songs and they do it really well, and you're just like, oh my god, the vocals are so complex. Then you're like, wait, Prince could play all the guitar in this and the drums, and I think he played What?
Oh yeah,
How?
his
How?
first 2 albums were just him. He was just like, all right, cool, leave the tape running, and he's just like playing drums on one, playing piano on another, pick up a bass. Like he was just one of the most talented musicians there's ever been.
Not fair. There will never be another like icon like that. Him
I
and
know.
Michael Jackson. Oh my gosh.
I
Whew.
know.
I know. We talk about that a lot on
Yeah,
the show.
Prince is
Yeah.
a hot topic in our show.
Yes.
That he shows up a lot.
As he should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of records and recording, thank you for that nice segue.
You're welcome.
You recently dropped a single, Elastic, which I love. When we got the email from your publicist, we immediately we listened to the bands that send us stuff before we get back to them, and I was like, we have to have her on. I love this. This is my exact vein of music I like.
I think it was actually one of the first things we said was, man, there's this great Avril Lavigne vibe
Yeah,
that I haven't heard since
Yes!
03. So it was great to go back to me putting the tie on from my brother's closet, just bringing back all the feels.
Oh yes. If it makes you feel any better, I had a tie on in my 6th grade school picture. It was
Yes. Yes, I live for that.
Yes. I think the coolest part about this is people are responding to guitars now. I can't even tell you how many times people are like, guitar is dead, rock is dead. No, I refuse to believe it. And if it is, we will bring it back.
Not. And you know who's spearheading it? Women.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little watching Miley at the Super Bowl, the kickoff party, with a live band, no auto-tune, Joe and Jet on stage. I'm just like, thank you, music industry.
It was the Super Bowl for guitars, because her played her beautiful glittery Strat that the whole time I was like, I want that.
Yes.
And then Country Guy played his Telecaster, but we don't care about him.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it was, obviously.
I think I just saw Miley, so I can't even figure out who else was playing. But it was so good to see women doing rock. Oh my gosh.
Miley's album is.
Yeah, I love Miley's new direction. Just some of the covers she's done of zombies and plastic hearts.
Yeah, didn't she do Hall & Oates too?
Yeah, she's versatile, but it's I feel like she's arrived in her element.
Mm-hmm.
She's good as pop too. I love her as pop, but my rock heart, hearing Miley doing rock is a dream I didn't know I had until it happened.
Yeah, you don't know you want it until you see it.
Exactly.
So good.
Back to your single. What was the inspiration for that song, and then the video that's coming out tomorrow?
Yes, it actually just did a exclusive premiere on Hollywood Life today, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Every other platform tomorrow. The song itself was about a back and forth relationship, kind of like Elastic. You're always snapping back, but I never knew where we stood. It drove me crazy. So then I would be like, all right, I'm not getting answers. I'm over this. And I would pull away, and that's when they would be like, oh, no, come hang out. And I would be pulled right back in. And it was literally just an Elastic band. But, any relationship like that, you don't get pulled back in unless it's really fun. So, I wanted to have upbeat music in the background to represent the fun times, but the power anthem going on in the chorus. So, it's we don't need to handle this, but it's still fun. So I was hoping it'd be a female empowerment anthem, just about back and forth relationships. The video, oh man, I love the video.
The video's great.
Oh, thank you so much. Of course, we wanted to show the rocky relationship, but another thing we wanted to show is just the connection I have with my guitar, because no matter what relationship I'm in, the guitar is always my number one. And I can't even tell you how many times relationships have ended because a guy being A, jealous of me doing music at all, B, jealous of the guitar having more attention than me, or just being oh, you're not a musician, you're not an artist. I'd be like, bye. So I really wanted to bring that into the video too, but we wanted to keep the whole video going with the rocky relationship. But of course, if anybody actually took my guitar away like that, they would not be going on a motorcycle ride with me.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole other thing is we really wanted to tie in all the elements of being a badass rocker girl. So we had to stand up on the back of the motorcycle. Of course, we had the aerial going. We had some fire.
It's a lot happening. It's
so much happening. And it was so cool. Like, we really wanted to bring the element of just guitar and just the love of guitar. So the director and I were like spitballing back and forth on like how we could bring in all these guitar influences, and there was a couple nods to like there was Yoko Ono and John Lennon, a couple to Eddie Van Halen. Me playing behind my head in bed was Jimi Hendrix, and of course Stevie Ray Vaughan. And he and I kept coming up with these ideas for guitar. And then at one point we already were planning on doing the Ariel, and he was just like, what about a motorbike? And I'm just like, bring it on. That just ended up being the favorite scene.
I love it.
One of the stars of the video and of your TikTok videos is your guinea pigs and your tortoise. Please tell us about them.
Oh, that is my favorite question ever, anytime.
We answer the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. Yes, Gucci is my guinea pig. He is a little rock star. He's a mama's boy and a rock star, but
so cute.
Thank you. Yeah, he is a hairless guinea pig, and he's a little metalhead, I'll tell you. Like, I think, like, the third month of having him, I went over to his cage and started playing Crazy Train, and he went ballistic. He's, like, sticking his head out of the cage, like, making little noises, and I'm just like, that's my son. That's my son. And he just loves to hang out with me while I play guitar, and let's be real here, I just love him more than most people. Right. He's amazing. He'll just cuddle with me. He'll even sit on my shoulder while I'm playing shred solos. So he naturally had to be in the video. And that intro scene is actually amazing. We had a person from animal welfare on set with us, just to like make sure everything was good and everybody knew he was taken care of. And so he called us on a Zoom call. And he even like said hi to Gucci on the phone. Gucci was like looking up at him. And the entire scene, we were just like, we did so many takes from different angles. And it was like whole takes through. And Gucci was just sitting there watching me the entire time and just did not move. He was like, yep, little rocker.
He knew his role and he was sticking to it.
Oh my God.
And the tortoise, her name is Tiki. She's the little rocker too. She just loves to like walk around the house, and it's just so much fun having animals in the video. We were just filming, I think it was Get Back from the Beatles. I was doing the riff, and she was walking by, and she was walking out from behind my amp, and we're just like, we need to keep having her do this. So we would just have her walk from behind the amp every time. It was awesome. They're just little metalheads. I love it.
I feel like those animals need to be protected at all costs.
Yes.
They are superstars. They are incredible. I love them.
Yes.
Absolutely love them.
They're so good. It just makes everything better, including rock and roll music, right?
Oh, of course. Definitely.
Animals do make everything better. Especially, I'm obsessed with hairless animals and hairless cats. So,
yep. Woman after my own heart right there.
They get bonus points.
Yeah.
So you're working on an EP coming up soon. Is
Yes.
there anything that you can share with us about that?
Yeah, we actually we're planning on doing a whole EP starting out, and then it just turned into an album, which is
nice.
way cooler.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch more songs kind of in the same vein of Elastic, where, you know, heavy guitar driven, because I just can't not. Guitar solos and everything, because every pop song needs a guitar solo. Yes. And most of them are anthy, sing-songy, you know, just power rock songs. But like with pop melodies, because my favorite is like the pop melodies, but with the heavy guitar and a solo. So you can pretty much expect solos or riffs in pretty much any of the songs coming out. Yes.
Yeah, the way music should be.
Yes, real instruments. Yeah. What a novel idea.
Crazy. So what's it like being a female guitarist in the music space?
It's kind of interesting. I've seen it both ways. Like, you definitely get more attention from the get-go, just because, you know, there's not as many women pursuing it, especially professionally. Mm-hmm. That being said, you have to work so much harder, because like, even if you miss one note, people will be like, at 33 seconds and 2 seconds, your G chord had a slight D note ringing out, and I'm just like, really? Yes. So you just have to work that much harder because you're constantly getting compared to men.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's cool. It's gotten me where I am, but I've worked really hard to get where I am too. So like, I'm just like, a lot of the times it's from the work. It's not necessarily because I'm a girl, but there's also been gigs that hire me specifically because I'm a girl. So it's, it's a double-edged sword, but honestly, I love it because, I can run around the stage, I can have nails on, I can do whatever I want, and just, I have to kind of keep ignoring all the negativity, but there's actually been more positivity than there has negativity recently, which is amazing. So there's more female guitarists these days too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fantastic.
The resurgence.
Yeah.
Last big question is, what advice do you have to other small female guitarists who are starting out and maybe want to go into the field?
Yes, there's actually, there's a couple things. But the number one thing, it's not like how good you are. It's not like how unique you are. You just have to be persistent. Like I tell everybody, I'm like a tiny little badger. I'm just on it. There's so much work you have to do. You just have to keep creating content, putting yourself out there, learning as much as humanly possible. And I think one of the things that slowed me down the most starting out was I was just such a perfectionist. I wouldn't post things because it wasn't perfect, but you're never going to be perfect. And if you are, teach me your ways. It's just never going to be perfect. You just have to put yourself out there where you are, know you're going to get better, know you're going to get negativity, no matter how good you are, really. But it's really just a persistence game. And the other thing that most artists or just guitarists in general have like this illusion that they're just going to be discovered. And I wish that was the case. If so many people are lucky, but you really have to put in the work yourself. Like you can keep consistently posting on social media, learning how to market yourself, and just like learning how to build your brand because people don't usually do it for you, especially now. So just like persistence, learning everything besides the music, the marketing aspect, and just continuing to love your craft and just finding creative ways of expressing yourself through it too.
I love that. All solid advice.
That's fantastic all around.
Now I'm going to throw it over. Oops, knock something over to Beth Ann for our lightning round.
Okay.
Which is the fun, random questions we ask at the end.
Love it.
Okay, so first one. What is your favorite artist or song to listen to when you're doing gymnastics training?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. I still love Skater Boy from Avril Lavigne. Just don't tell my rocker fans. I actually really like some of like the synth wave stuff too, because it's got the 80s synths in there and it has guitar. Like I love Pilot. I love Dance with the Dead. I like that it doesn't necessarily have lyrics all the time too, because I'm just like, I can just get into this, not analyze it, and I'm just amped to go, and there's guitar in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, did you pick up any hobbies during this panorama? During this Panini, the Patricia?
Ooh,
Panini's my favorite.
Panini's good. I'm trying to think. I feel like I pretty much just played music 24/7, like all the time. I also decided because I wasn't busy enough with shows anymore, I started actually going to music school and just trying to like get my degree. So I was like learning everything. I picked up like music theory knowledge. And then, that's not necessarily as fun. So I did
it's grueling.
Oh,
you
yeah.
put it in a nice light. It is very grueling.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I can't even think of a word. It is grueling, but it was fun. I also like started cooking a lot more, making crafts when I had time, but pretty much just school and cooking. That was pretty much my whole Panini.
Yeah. The Panini and the Panini. Gotcha.
Yes.
What is your favorite Prince song?
All of them.
That's fair. I accept that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Computer Blue though, just because that's my favorite solo.
Yeah.
And like right before the solo, there's that like really fast, like
yeah, there's a wicked nice solo in that.
Oh yeah, that riff at the beginning that will burn your fingers and warm you up at the same time. So that used to be my guitar warm up. It's so fun.
There's no faking that one. I mean, you gotta either know it or yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can play it slowly, but you're not coming in for the solo on time if you mess out. Yeah, it's a hot mess.
Definitely. And lastly, this is our penultimate question. We find that we learned so much about people when we ask this one.
Ooh.
What kind of cereal would you be and why?
I would probably be probably one of the off brands. I'm going with like the Nature's Path Cheerios because I used to love Cheerios, but now I'm allergic to gluten. But
No.
I know, so like it packs a punch, but it's also like consciously healthy, and you can like keep going after. It gives you the energy. I feel like I'm the Energizer Bunny, so one of the energizing healthy cereals, but with no gluten,
That's the best answer.
right?
I love it. I
Good
love
times.
Well, that was all of our questions that we had. Thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us on this podcast. Where can people find you on the internets?
Yes, you can just search Ariel Bellvalaire. Luckily, you do not have to spell Bellvalaire. Usually, when you type in Ariel and then B-E, it usually pops up. And Ariel, like the Little Mermaid, so that's not too hard to spell. Yeah, and if you search like Ariel Elastic, will come up, Ariel Guitar. But I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, pretty much everywhere.
Go check her out, everybody.
Yes.
All right. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.